Do you know that feeling? You want to do something. A good idea. You can almost reach it. And then it happens. Before you even open your mouth, you hear that voice. This won't work. Who are you to try? You think that's you, your common sense, your inner protector. But that voice was never yours. It was given to you by a teacher in 4th grade who called your drawing unrealistic, by a parent who knew better when you said what you felt, by a friend who laughed once when you showed too much of yourself. And the most disturbing part? You never gave it back. It moved in, rent-free, for decades. Today I'll show you who you really would be, without that invisible cart of borrowed judgments you've been dragging for years. What science discovered, and how to start uncovering yourself, layer by layer. Nobody leaves childhood undamaged. Sounds dramatic, but it's pure neurology. Your brain in the first 15 years is a sponge. Every time someone criticized you, your drawings, your ideas, your body, your feelings, your brain didn't store it as opinion. It stored it as truth. Because a child cannot distinguish between this person is wrong and this person is telling me who I am. A University of Amsterdam study showed negative social feedback in childhood activates the same neural pain pathway as physical pain. Your brain processes rejection like an injury. And what does a smart system do when injured? It learns to avoid the situation that caused the pain. You stop showing yourself. You develop a second, adapted identity that never hurts that much again. Most people call this growing up. In reality, it's a retreat. That inner voice that says, "You're not good enough." Say it out loud. Whose voice is that actually? Does it sound like your father, your mother, a specific teacher, an ex? Most people do this test and freeze because they realize, that's not me, that's someone else. Psychiatrist Daniel Stern called this the internalized other, an internalized version of an external person you absorbed into your self-image. That person moved in, permanently. That's why the voice feels like you, because it wears your face, because it speaks in your rhythm, but underneath, it's someone else. And right now, science discovered something that will disturb you. The inner critic doesn't just influence your thoughts, it actively suppresses the neural pathways that make you you in the first place. Which means, the longer you listen to it, the less of you remains. Stay here. What comes next is hard to bear. MIT researchers studied something most people don't want to hear. How do children raised in unconditionally supportive environments compare to those raised in highly critical ones? The difference wasn't in intelligence, not in resources, not in talents. It was in risk-taking. Children without constant rejection simply try more. They fail more often. And exactly because of that, they learn faster and keep their image of themselves as someone who tries. Imagine this for a second. You're the same person, same intelligence, same talents. But every critical voice that ever said, that won't work, don't be so dramatic, never existed. How often would you have spoken up? How often would you have tried something? Most people sit a long time with that question. Not because nothing comes to mind, but because it feels strange to even think the answer. But here's the scientific truth that changes everything. The human brain is not fixed. Not at 25, not at 40, not at 60. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to physically reorganize, continues throughout your entire life. The voice installed in you without your permission can be uninstalled. Not overnight, but systematically, neuron by neuron. So how do you do it? How do you flip decades of conditioning? Not with willpower. Willpower fights symptoms. What you need is new data for your brain. 3 steps, tonight. Step 1, ask one question. Next time that voice fires, pause. Don't argue, just ask. Whose voice is this? That pause, that small distance, is the first crack in the wall. Step 2, give it a name. Psychologists call this name to tame. When you say, "That's my critic," something measurable happens. Activity in the amygdala drops. The prefrontal cortex, the rational, choosing part of you, takes back control. You reclassify it. From "this is me" to "this is something happening inside me." Not the same thing. Step 3, act against it. Once. Do one thing it told you not to. Send the message, raise your hand. Start the project. Say what you really mean, not because you feel confident. You won't. Because confidence isn't the prerequisite. Action is. Neuroscientists call this extinction learning. You don't rewrite yourself. You gather counter-evidence until it's louder than the old judgments. It's like a courtroom. The voice spent years collecting evidence against you. Now you start collecting evidence for you. One each day. And eventually, the verdict flips. You are not the result of criticism. You are the one who survived it. The loudest voice in your head isn't necessarily the most important. Sometimes it's simply the oldest. Who you'd be if you'd never been criticized. That's not a missed version of you. That's the version you can still become. And if you now understand how foreign voices shaped your identity, in the next video, I'll show you the one method people use to fundamentally change their self-image in 30 days. Not with affirmations, with one daily mechanism. If this felt like it was written about you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. If you stayed until here, then you know exactly what I mean. On ShadowSketches, you'll find new episodes every week about the shadows we all carry inside, and how we finally learn to look at them. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook for daily micro insights, all under ShadowSketches. Subscribe to the channel if you want to go deeper. See you in the next episode.